Wow, that's the new reality in Cambridge, Ontario. There was never such a occasion where there's no cars in front of Starbucks. No cars. I'm the only guy, because I have nowhere to go. I'm homeless. By the way, why is it so difficult for truck manufacturers to make this? Let's check this out, right? Oh, wait a second. What? Yeah, I was just about to boast, but you know what I mean. Like, let's say when your ACC is on, right? You don't have to turn the key. You don't have to start the engine. Your windows work, right? You see this? This is like magic. Unbelievable. But as soon as you try to do this in any commercial truck in United States and United States and Canada, you cannot do it. You have to turn the key till it starts beeping, like as if you are actually about to start the engine. Only then all the windows open. I have no idea why they do this, like what that have to do with safety or anything. Anyway, went to my favorite store, or went to, so basically, first of all, made it to Cambridge, Ontario yesterday, Sunday. Did very good time, like, I don't know, I was driving, I was so focused on getting home. I got so sick and tired of being on the road since March 9th or 10th. It's just crazy, and I was all, looked like a bum, now at least I cut my hair, so I booked a Sheraton 4 Points hotel, and cut my hair, cut my beard. And on the way there, a crazy thing happened. My phone rings, and the guy starts with a familiar phrase, "Oh, Sergey, I watch your videos." And I'm like, okay, you have good taste? And the guy says, well, I live not too far from JC Trailer, and I saw you were probably coming this way on 400 South, through Barrie. And he says, I'm a former plumber, and I saw in your last video you said that you were waiting for your masks from UK and from Toronto. I don't know if you got them, but he says, as a former plumber, I have some masks lying around that we used when we were, working. But he says now he's retired. And he says, I can give you a box of N95 masks. And I'm like, what? N95 masks? Like, over here in Canada, I bought these, like these ones, right? Like the one the guy gave me for free in Alberta. God give him health. And so I bought a box. I bought 2 boxes of these from Toronto, from an online store. And they're still in the mail, right? They delivered them to the wrong guy in Ottawa. And then they confirmed, yeah, they picked it up. And it's coming by UPS ground. But, Ottawa is like 400 kilometers away, 4 hours. But they said they picked it up Monday? Last Monday. I don't know, like, very unreliable company, like when I get these masks, I'm gonna leave them some bad feedback. Like the other guy was saying the same thing. He says when he got that package and he saw like his name on the outside, but when he opened it, he saw basically my stuff, not what he ordered, and he saw my name, my invoice. He tried calling them, they don't return calls. He tried email them, they don't return emails. But of course now they're all busy, all these supply places online, and so he got my order. I thought I got his order, so I called my post office, and they said, no, you don't have any packages. And so when I was ordering, I saw that these masks, a box of 50 or 100, I think a box of 50 was like basically $99 Canadian. And then I looked at N95 masks. They had them available, but a box of 20 was $199, basically 200 Canadian, or $10 a mask, which is about $7 US per mask. And I thought that was just you know, ridiculous. And so I bought these ones, and now this guy is telling me that he has a real N95 masks, and that got my attention. And I thought, you know, I said, hey, I can give you some money. No, no, no. He got offended. No, no money. I just want to, you know, I'm retired, you know, I'd like to look at your truck and stuff like that, if you don't mind. I said, hey, I'll be happy to, like, you giving me these super, you know, valuable masks, and I'm about to go into US. I would really like to have a better protection than these, you know, flimsy fabric ones. And so we agreed on a time, and I said, I can text you my, you know, ETA when I shut down in North Bay. Like I said, I'll be in North Bay, and no, not North Bay, New Liskeard. I'll shut down in New Liskeard. I'll start driving from New Liskeard on Sunday. And I checked, and from New Liskeard to Cambridge was 550 kilometers, basically, you know, 5.5 times 60 miles, right? So like 330 miles. And I thought I should be able to do that in one day. And I said, can I text you my ETA tomorrow? I mean, when I shut down, because I was still driving, I said, when I shut down, I'll check the distance to this Innisfil, because we agreed that he would come to the same place where, remember I met the JC guy when they screwed up another thing. They screwed up the connectors, like they cannot be connected because the jack stand was in the way, and the guy came in and he changed one of the air connectors from a straight one to a 45-degree angle connector. Remember that? And so because I'm on 400 going south, and JC Trail is to the east about half an hour away, 40 minutes, and we met at that rest area just south of Barrie, Ontario. It's like a mini truck stop, you know, lots of places to park. There's a building, you can go use a washroom, you know, buy coffee, food, stuff like that. Except there's no diesel. No, they do have diesel, but at a small pump in there, so you have to drop your trailer or try to wiggle next to it, you know. But anyway, I like stopping there because it's never crowded. There's always, and you see cars as well. It's not just truckers, you know. And so I told this guy, hey, I can meet you there, right? I can meet you at this Innisfil en route rest area just south of Barrie and 400. And he says, yeah, that's about 1 hour from me. And I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, that's a lot. You sure you want to drive 1 hour to give me these masks? Because I said, I should receive some blue ones, right? Like these ones, right? In the mail, I'm guessing sometime this week. And the guy says, no, it's okay. I'm retired. And he said his name was Alan. And I said, well, Alan, you'll be my personal hero. If you do this, I'll be happy to show you my truck. And so, and I said, can I text you my ETA? And the funny thing is, Alan says, well, actually, I'm calling you from my landline phone. Landline phone? Those still exist? And then he says, I do have a cell phone, but he says it's a flip phone. He says, I'm not sure I can receive text messages. And I said, okay, then let's touch base tomorrow when I leave New Liskeard, like Sunday morning. And so I started driving, like I did my gymnastics, my weight exercises with the kettlebell, with my plate, and I have one in the truck and I have one in the car here. Feel great, and the human experiment continues. No alcohol since April 10th, Good Friday. Sleep much better. I feel much better, much more energy, you know, like zero alcohol, whether I'm, you know, even when I'm like off duty and I can do it, but I just don't want to do it. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, you know. I want to be healthy, especially with this pandemic. And so yeah, so the guy calls me at 9 o'clock yesterday as I'm driving there. I was in North Bay already. And New Liskeard to North Bay, it's like 155 kilometers, but it takes 2 hours, you know, with this big excavator, all these hills up and down. I'm telling you, like, my average speed is 75 kilometers per hour, which is what, like 45 miles per hour? on all these hills, you know, on 2-lane roads. But then after North Bay, when he called me, North Bay, that's where the freeway starts. It's all 4-lane. The hills are much smaller. But I look at the distance on the GPS, and North Bay to Innisfil, Ontario, it's 270 kilometers, which is 165 miles. I'm like, holy moly, it'll take me like 3 hours. And so he calls me at 9. I say, hey, I'll probably be there at 12:30. And I'm driving, and the hills all of a sudden are not that small. I'm climbing in gear 6 or gear 5. And I look, it's already 12:30, and I'm still like 20, 30, you know, kilometers away. And he calls me, and I said, of course, using my headset, hands-free set, and I said, oh, well, I'm still like 15, 20 minutes away. So, oh, it's okay, we'll wait here. He said, I brought along a friend of mine. He also want to look at your truck. And I said, okay, just as long as we don't shake hands and no selfies, okay? And he says, oh, that's fine. He says, I understand, we'll be wearing masks. And I said, okay, I'll be wearing mine too. And so so we go there. I go to Innisfil. I see two guys in pickup trucks. We don't shake hands. He puts a bag with goodies and then steps away. And I look at the top. There's a box, N95. You know, that round mask, right? Like the real one. And he says, I also put some stuff in there for you. Okay, and then I just cast a quick look at it. I see there's something in there. Some towels, some gloves. And so I put it in my truck, and then we walked around. I showed them. They were interested in, you know, in the spreader bar, how everything works. They were asking me questions, basically. Kind of like it was a meeting with fans, you know. And Alan says, but I'm not subscribed to your channel. I'm like, what? You said you like my videos. He says, yeah, but I don't have a computer. I'm using my wife's computer, and I don't have a YouTube account. You know, and that can be a problem, I guess, for people like me, because I'd like to have more subscribers, but you see, some people they don't wanna go through this hassle of registering, you know, a YouTube account. Because, you know, if you don't register a YouTube account, you cannot comment, you cannot subscribe. It's kind of like you are a shadow warrior, you know? One guy comes out of this Frida's place, crazy restaurant, and a huge sign in the front says takeout only. And why I say it's crazy, because, you know, I like doing photos. You know, I'm like a local guide on Google, and you know, you don't get any money for it. It's just that once in a while they send you, you know, when you do reviews and you post photos of places, but once in a while they send you some crazy emails like, hey, your photo was viewed like 5 million times. You know, once I took a picture of a Starbucks somewhere in the States, in a busy area, somewhere in Massachusetts, I think, you know, just with my smartphone, and it got super popular, you know, and so people see that the picture was taken by SERGEI, DRATCHEV, you know. And so once I was there, they do make some nice, like, meat dishes, you know, and I took a picture. I took a picture inside, just like what I usually do, just to show the interior, right? Like, people want to see how it looks inside, and I put it on Google Maps, and next thing I know, there's a comment under my picture: remove this photo. You cannot take pictures of our employees without our permission. Jeez. So I removed the picture, and I dropped, I think I had like, my review was 5 stars for them. I said, you know, friendly people, good food. I dropped it to 1. I said, unfriendly people, but food is still okay. So, and I stopped going there. See, that's what happens when you do that to your customers, right? What do you mean I cannot take pictures? But it is a private property, right? They can do that. Because I was inside, I can take pictures outside, but maybe with my zoom lens and my Canon, but Anyway, so this Alan, if you're watching this, thank you very much, because the other thing, besides the masks, after they left, and I ran out of DEF, and of course, it always happens to me when I go this way on 400, like the last couple of towns, like New Liskeard and North Bay, they don't have DEF at the pump, you know, so you have to buy these jugs, which are like 19.99 Canadian for, what is it, 10 liters? No, wait, it's not 10 liters. Well, it's like 9, well, it's almost 10 liters, so it's like $2 a liter as opposed to 85 cents a liter. I always hate to buy these jugs. Plus, it's super awkward to put DEF in with these jugs, because you spill the stuff. You need to use a what do you call it? That little plastic thing that you put in, right? And it spills, and that funnel, and that funnel keeps shaking. So now I use a bungee cord around it, but it's still, I hate it. And plus, it's like 3 times more expensive than at the pump, right? But that's what I gotta do. I'm always running out of DEF, no matter how I try to put it in each time I see DEF at the pump. But then when I get to this part of Ontario, I always run out of DEF. And so I said, guys, when they were still walking around, I said, guys, I'm gonna run to the gas station and get some DEF. And now I'm wearing, I think started a few days ago, I'm wearing my mask anywhere. I cannot guarantee that the other people will stay 2 meters or 6 feet away. You know, like whenever I go inside a store or you know, like a truck stop or stuff like that, I'm wearing my mask. I'm like the only guy. I'm the only guy. People will look at me funny. I don't care anymore. I'm telling you. I carry it in my pocket. When I feel, now I know when to throw it away, because of course it's a disposable mask. When I put 2, so this way they cling to your face. When I see that they're not tight, I throw them away, because I still have like what, 3-5 more of these ones, because I'm still savoring these N95 masks for US. But if I get those blue ones before I leave, maybe I'll donate at least 1 box, because I saw online like a local nursery home here was asking for donations of PPE, because now I have plenty of gloves and plenty of masks. Well, once these blue ones come in, but I cannot donate N95 masks. I'm sorry. I need them for my work, because I'm in danger too. I deal with people, you know, shippers, consignees. I need to protect myself. More, I don't care about the driver. I mostly care about my CEO. He's a great guy, you know, he treats his employees with respect. So I have to protect my CEO, the president, the vice president, the security guard, wardrobe consultant, hairdresser, you know, all one guy, wearing many hats, which is me. Because if I get sick, that's 100% of my workforce. The whole company shuts down, right? Anyway, so I grabbed that DEF. I fill it up while they're looking. And then when we say goodbyes, we're not shaking hands, anything, we just wave. They drive away, and then I go inside the truck and I start looking inside that little bag. And this guy gave me, and I lost they broke, like sunglasses. So he gave me these sunglasses, and you see they have the like they protect your eye at the bottom, at the side as well, right? Then he gave me safety glasses, like, you know, see-through plastic safety glasses. He gave me like 4 pairs of gloves, work gloves. He gave me a box of medical grade gloves, you know, like for examinations and stuff. It's like I forgot, 50 or 100 gloves. He gave me some towels, and he gave me, most important, and I'm really scared now to leave my truck unattended, because he gave me a roll of toilet paper. So now I have 2 rolls of toilet paper. One is from the guy Rob in Alberta, and I hid it away in the cupboard. You know, I try not to display so people cannot see it through the window, because there'll be there'll be a fight, you know. So I got 2 rolls of toilet paper. So maybe I can donate those. But oh, and his buddy, Alan's friend, also a retired guy, also a plumber, he brought me a thumper. You know that tire thumper? It's like a mini baseball bat, but I look at it and it's like super nicely made. I see, and Alan says he made it himself. I'm just sorry, I forgot the name. I didn't catch the name of this guy, of this kind gentleman. So he gives me this thumper, basically to check your tires, you know, to thump on your tires. And it has the handle, and on the handle he has the, you know, piece of the rope, like very nicely done, like wrapped around like they do on knives, you know. So it gives you a super nice grip. And Alan says he makes these himself, you know. It's like a custom tire thumper. Thank you guys very much. But I wish you would open a YouTube account and subscribe, you know. Maybe I just need these YouTube people so I can hit 60,000, you know. So anyway, so that was very cool, very cool, very generous people. I'm very happy that some of my non-subscribers are this nice, you know. And so then, yeah, so from there it was hour and 30 minutes to Cambridge. I came here, park in the shopping plaza, drop the trailer, took the Jeep, drove with the Jeep to my yard, dropped the Jeep there, and moved my car in and out, and then bobtail back, hooked up to the trailer, and I moved it, you know, just parked basically over there. They don't, like, lots of people park there near the Walmart, and left it there. And I booked a hotel, this Sheraton, for one night. So went there, you know, had a shower, cut my hair, cut my beard, charged all my phones, charged my laptop, and oh, and I finished all my IFTA, my New York. I did Kentucky fuel return. So now what I'm doing here is that you know, I bought these now my favorite protein bars. I don't know if they sell them in New York, I mean in US. So it's called Genuine Health Fermented Vegan Proteins. And this particular one, like, I'm allergic to milk, so this one doesn't have any dairy. So it's lemon coconut, but these are pretty expensive. But each bar has 15 grams of protein, you know. And that's the sanitizer that Rob in Alberta gave me, but I ran out of gel, and so I just refill it. I use it as a dispenser bottle for that sanitizer the other guy brought me, that liquid one, you know. And it's super nice. So I carry it with me now, and I still have, like, I don't know, 80% of that, maybe 85% of that sanitizer in the jug, you know. And I did mark it. Some guys were saying make sure you don't drink it, you know, like, because the jug looks identical to my other water jugs, you know. And what I did, I took a piece of tape and I put that piece of tape on top of the cap. And so whenever, if I decide to pick it up, I will see that tape on the top, so I know that's marked. So it's not to drink, it's sanitizer. And so, yeah, and then I made a plan what I have to do today. And then the night before I went to my post office, I got my picked up all my mail, and I found that letter I needed from IFTA, Ontario, like, because when they send you kind of like a request for your return, quarterly return, they send you the actual form, and it's pre-printed with your name and your address. And I have to use that first sheet. You know, you just fill out how, you know, what your kilometers are, what your liters, how many liters of fuel you bought during the first 3 months, and then you divide kilometers by liters. That's your KPL, as they call it, like that factor. And they use it to see how much money you owe for each state or province you traveled in. And then I think I owe them like $100. So that's what I have to do now. I just have to write out a check and seal the envelopes. And then everything is on reduced hours, like my post office, which normally, actually, they still open at 9, but they open at 9. And I'm waiting for them. Oh, it's now 9:04, so I can already go. So right after this video, right after this message, we're gonna go to the post office and mail this. So IFTA will be happy, New York State will be happy. I think New York State, I owe them like $7.11 for the miles I did in New York State. And Kentucky I did on 2 days ago. And then I'm gonna, and then my bank opens at 10 o'clock. And B&H Photo sent me a check. If you remember, I was trying to sell my old Canon lenses that I had from my previous camera, which, now I have a mirrorless camera, which requires a special RF mount. And I had a couple of lenses with an EF mount, like regular Canon. And I tried to sell them, nobody wants them, so I said, okay. So I went to B&H Photo website, and it says, yeah, they buy used equipment. And you just answer a couple of questions, like what condition, do you have caps, do you have a box, stuff like that, how old, and they give you an estimate how much they'll pay you. And then they send you a confirmation, and they give you like the address where to send it. And then when you send it, they look at it, like, did you lie, or did you say the truth that they were in good condition? And so they sent me a check for like $355, and I cannot deposit it through the bank machine. I have to actually go inside the bank, and of course I'll be wearing my mask. I forgot my gloves in the truck, but it's okay. All their doors are, automatic. I wish there would be more doors, like, especially now, they should not be any doors where you have to touch the handle. All doors should be automatic, and I think that would be a revolution in this door business after this COVID-19. Mark my words, there'll be some kind of a law or rule or something that all doors will have to be changed to automatic doors, and so people that make these doors will make a killing. So I think I should go online and try to find some stocks of these, like who makes these doors and all these sensors, That's a stock tip for you from the front lines fighting COVID-19 from inside the truck. And and then of course, one interesting thing is that I'm gonna go into US Tuesday or Wednesday. If I do that, these idiots from DRATCHEV will not be able to test me again. And they did send me a letter saying that I've been randomly selected for a drug and alcohol test, and I have to do it before September. So there's still lots of time, but I need to do this test because that's required by DOT. And when I try to do it in Alberta, right, they said, oh, you've been in the States in the past 14 days, we cannot test you. Because that's what, they have this rule. They don't test people coming from US. And so now I've been out of US for almost like 4 weeks. And so now I can do it. But as soon as I go into US, maybe a US location can test me, right? Because these guys have a network of clinics. But I'm here. I'm taking a quick break because I need to do all this paperwork, send out all these letters. And there's DRATCHEV, the main clinic is right here, like 10 minutes away. So after all I do all this, I'm gonna call them and see if they can do a quick test. It takes like 5 minutes, and of course I'll be wearing my mask, I'll be wearing my gloves, and then after that, probably after lunch, I'll have a lunch somewhere, but all restaurants are closed. But Walmart is open, but over here it's crazy. Yesterday I wanted to buy some food. I parked my car at the Walmart and I put my mask on. I'm about to go, and then I see there's people on the street, and they have these barriers, you know, like with wire fencing, and people are standing, you know, 2 meters apart, 6 feet away from each other. And they're saying, then later I found out that people have to wait. Like, let's say they let one guy in, and you have to wait till one guy leaves the store. Like, they only allow, I forgot, 10, 20 people inside the store. And so it can be like hours, you know, depending on how long people stay in the store, right? It can take forever. Like, I never saw such a stupid system anywhere. And I passed many states, right, and many jurisdictions. And so I just said, forget it. Went back to my car. So when I was at the hotel, I look at the Uber, and Uber now has Uber Food, which is kind of like Save the Dishes. Basically, you know, food delivery place, food delivery service. And I click on that Uber Food, and they give you choices, like which restaurants are available. And there was like McDonald's. I didn't want that. And then I see there's a Chinese place. So I got some dumplings. I got some egg rolls. And in the instructions, I said, knock on the door of room 512 and leave. And that's what they do now, right? Like 30 minutes later, I had like, and I thought the guy would want me to sign anything, but no, you know, when you book it online, right? That's the beauty of this. The app charges your debit or credit card. And I just caught a glimpse of the guy as he was already entering the elevator. And I said, thank you. And he left the bag on the floor. So that was really cool, you know? And that's it. That's all you need to know. Your food is here. No signatures, no paperwork. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, so I'm taking a breather until lunchtime. And after lunchtime, it's back to work. So I'll be ordering first of all, I have to call the consignee, make sure they open, right? Because some guy, thank you for that, reminded that, or I did not know this, he said that all construction sites in New Jersey are closed. And he says, you better check with your consignee. And I'm not delivering to a construction site, I don't think, but I'm going to call them before I order permits to make sure that it's okay. If the consignee says it's okay, then I'm going to order permits for New York, PA, New Jersey. And when the permits are issued, and this might take a day or two, I have to find an escort, because I know I'll be 89 feet long. And you need one escort in New York State. And I have a company actually based in Buffalo, so I'm gonna call those guys. They'll probably charge me like $300-400 if they open, because yeah, I cannot go without an escort, you know. But basically, yeah, so until lunchtime, it's just taking a breather. Feel great, you know. I'm clean, I'm shaven, you know. I'm shaven and I have cool shades. Thank you, Alan, once again. See, this is my new look. Kind of like Stallone plus Schwarzenegger. So that's what's happening. So I'll post an update once I'm on the road, once I'm driving, and once I have my permits. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. DRATCHEV out.